Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the Wildings Landing, where we're a 2.5 acre homestead. And today we are planting beans, both pole and bush, more bush than pole. But I would like to make a couple of bean teepees. I think that would be fun. I think kids would like that. So I'm getting my potting mix pre-moistened. I wet it in a container prior to putting it in here. The particular potting mix I use is Jiffy, and I don't like adding water after it's in the pot. It like swells up and looks fun, yeah. So I do it prior. Might not have enough, might have to mix up a little bit more. I'm not pushing it down real hard. I'm just, filling in air gaps more than trying to pack it. And that'll happen when we water it after the seeds are planted too, but I'm using a little bit bigger seed cell trays on these starter trays because the Royal Burgundy bush and the green crop bush from Haas just blow up. To me, the plants just look like they're too big for the littler seeds trays. So I use a little bit bigger one. And they might need to grow out in here a little bit too, because the plot that I showed you, I think that they're going to go, no definitive decisions here, but I think that they're going to go in that plot that we've been having a problem with root knot nematodes in, because Greg from Haas advised me not to plant nightshades there again, which I wouldn't have anyway. I try to rotate crop. But I think that these might end up there. And they also might end up in that little seedling garden where I've got a few extra rows. But I need to make up some more seed mix, so let's grab my supplies and do that. And I'm not giving you measurements because I really just kind of eyeball this, and it depends on how it feels, because I mix it, of course, by hand. If it feels moist enough, I leave it alone. If it doesn't, I add a little water. If I add a little too much water, I'll come back in with a little more seed starting mix. But the goal that I'm looking for with it is just that it holds together. I don't know if I'm in frame. Can you see that? Just that it holds together enough to, doesn't have to be dripping wet. Because I water it again after the seeds go in. So there is that. We are much, much warmer today, expecting some rain. My son just called from the Tampa area, and it's pouring. So I know that front is headed this way, and anytime I know there's rain coming, for me, that is the biggest inspiration to start planting some seeds. I mean, it's time of year anyway, right? But I've already got several seed trays started. And this year I did not underestimate that cold weather that we had in the last video. I actually protected the seedlings. Lesson learned from last year when I lost everything. And didn't really have time to start over, because we were having a wedding that I needed to start planting for and getting things ready for Dakota and Mike's wedding, so I did not have time to start another garden. But this year's another story. We're still laughing about last year. If you're new to the channel, you might not know the story, but last year when we were planting and getting ready for the wedding, one of the wedding flowers was sunflowers, and the wedding was here, and I wanted to plant 3 borders of the property in sunflowers, and we probably in total bought 300 pounds of sunflower seeds in bulk, and planted them all around the property. I took a spreader. I was out there, trying to make sure they were going to get watered because we had a dry summer. And my son and I were sitting here one day, my middle son, Ben, and I were sitting here one day, and he's like, I hear turkeys. We went on and, kind of sneaking around, looking around, and sure enough, there were turkeys, and lots of them, eating every one of those sunflower seeds. So, we didn't have any real sunflowers for the wedding. I think there might have been a few in pots and stuff around, but nothing like the bride and I had planned, thanks to Osceola, wild Osceola turkeys. It's kind of a funny story. We still laugh about it. My son and I were laughing about it the other day. I just told some members of my gardening group about it the other day, and the gardening group is on a very local app called Nextdoor. It's not like Facebook or something, but I was posting a lot of our harvests and stuff as I do on Instagram, and there were a lot of people interested. So instead of getting in trouble with the app by over posting, I started a group. It's not like I don't want it to sound like any big deal, because it certainly isn't, but just a place that people can discuss gardening. Alright, and we're going to start with the green crop bush. I'm going to do 12 of these. Go a little deep with them. I go maybe ½ inch to an inch, I don't know. About to my first knuckle, let's put it that way. You hear something in the background, it's Buddy, my big boy over there trying to lay down in the oak leaves. Okay, then we're going to follow up with the Royal Burgundy bean. These are so pretty. I've shown them in several videos. I'm just have loved these. And they taste amazing too. Prolific. They're purple when you harvest, green when you cook them. Tender, good taste. We enjoy them. But I ripped them up. They weren't producing real well where I had them, but then I realized when I pulled them up, the same thing that I realized in that other plot, that I had root knot nematodes. So I got to thinking that nothing in that plot had been real productive for a while, but I had not thought of checking for root knot nematodes when I was pulling things up. After the problem in the other plot, where I had the tomatoes and peppers, it made me more aware. So I started checking and pulled up those green beans that were left in there, and I saw a little bit of evidence. It wasn't as prevalent, and it might be because it wasn't a nightshade, I don't know. This is a Seychelles pole bean, and I'm doing 3 times 9 is 27, right? Yeah. I'm doing 3 9-cell little mini trays here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, these are the trays my daddy gave me. I'm not sure. These are fairly old seeds, and my seed storage is not in a cold location, like my refrigerator or freezer or whatever. So it's in a dark and coolest location that I can have in South Florida. So I do the best I can, and that's all any of us can do, is the best we can. But these will be my 3 teepees if they work, which I'm really hoping they do. Little project I've wanted to do for a long time, and if you've seen any of our container garden tours, you know that I have a bamboo that is out of control. So I'm going to probably cut that bamboo back and make my teepees out of that bamboo. I might cut it for pepper trellises too, I'm not sure, but I saw the other day on YouTube channel, I don't even remember which one now I was watching, but they made roosts for their coop out of bamboo, out of the thicker portion of the bamboo, and I thought that was a cool idea. I hate the idea of cutting my bamboo, but I also know that it's very useful, so I also know it'll grow back. I think I cut it about this time last year. And we'll put these up. And if I can get some of these seashells going and get them acclimated to this area, they're one that I would really like. They're organic, they're an heirloom, so I can continue, save seed and do that kind of thing. Do that thing with them. And then on top, I don't mind topping them with a dry mix. That'll get damp pretty quick. So what seeds are you guys starting? What are you doing in your gardens? What you thinking? You planting that spring garden yet? Starting to place those seed orders? Before I ever place seed orders, I try to use up what I've got. And then make inventory. I'm trying to always rotate my seeds. Alrighty, I think we'll be good there. Go ahead and get them watered in. Got my watering can right here next to me. Oh, I was about to say it sounds like my dogs are on an adventure, but that's my husband back there working. He woke up to a text this morning that there was no work. So, he's home with me today, which I am so thankful. I literally giggled and said, I get you with me today. Yay! Which means I got to sleep in, and he fed animals. And yeah, it's kind of nice. He spoils me. Alright, there you go. I'll come back with some plant tags. Probably have plant tag. Oh, Royal Burgundy. Got plant tag for that. Yeah. I knew I had plant tag for that. Cherokee lettuce. No, but I might be planting some more of that too. It's not labeled. I always keep a ton of plant tags just sitting around. These look like lettuce too. Red sails, yep. Okay, I need to make a couple of plant tags. No big deal. I can do that. Some of these have been written on so many times. I can dry that one off and use this one. Haha, for the green bean. Go over and get my Sharpie. It's on the other side of this little table. This little table was a mistake when we bought it, but boy has it, it's worked out. green crap. And I think I can use the other side of this one. Yes, I just wipe it off on my sweats. Mark off red sails. I always forget how to spell this. It's a little different, okay? Seychelles pole beans. Just remember all of those are there. And I forgot to take these out. This is a whole tray of spinach. Not sure how it's going to do. That's why I did a whole tray. This is a space hybrid spinach. I actually had really good luck with it like 2 years ago. But again, these are really old seeds. They still look real moist. No need to water them anymore. But I pull them out because I put them up under there to protect them from the frost. Probably not necessary because none of them are germinated. If they don't germinate, I'm going to come back and probably put the flash spinach that I have in here. If they both end up germinating, yay me. If they don't, at least I'll have something. Okay, folks, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I'd appreciate a like, share, comment. Talk to me if you want to. I'd appreciate it. All right. Talk to you soon.